Good morning, everybody. So we are back for another power-packed training cold calling session. We're going to be cold calling some sellers today. We are on week 6, day 3 of our year-long. We're going to see how far we can get in 1 year. Of cold calling. We're going to be making these videos. We are on week 6. I didn't even, I can't believe that we're on week 6 and we've been making a lot of progress. Hopefully you are getting ready as well. Watching this video, you should know by now that all we do is work. We do the boring stuff, the stuff that most people don't want to do. Most people just want to go on the boat, want to go fishing. I want to go golfing. I want to go out with their friends. I want to go to the bar, go out to eat, have a good time. That's all the fun stuff. We don't do that. We do the boring stuff, making the calls, entering our data in the CRM, getting more data to call, getting our YouTube ads tweaked, doing follow-ups, money's in the follow-up, working out, not going out as often as we'd like. We do the boring stuff. This is the most boring channel that you'll ever watch because we only do the stuff that is money-making activities. We don't really like doing activities that are not making us money, and this channel is all about doing money-making activities. I know it's fun, and I know that you thinking, hey, you should have balance, go out, what, y'all can do all that, but in this channel, this community, we do all the boring stuff so that at the very least for 1 year, we're going to be in a go-getter mentality. And I know that there's a term, go-giver, give. That's fine. But let's be real. We're trying to get, okay. So the go-getter mentality is a time-tested term that people have been using for a long time, so we use it on this channel. But that's a different topic for another day. But we're gonna do the boring stuff today, just like every day. But listen, when you love this business, this is fun for you. So I'm on vacation right now. I'm making phone calls. I get to talk to all kinds of different people. Sometimes we are following up and then talking to people who are going to be our lenders. They're going to be, of course, sellers. They're going to be our buyers. So we're doing 3 things. We're building our buyers list. We are getting lenders, and we are getting deals. So deals and dollars, 2 activities that we work on every single day. We want to make sure that everybody that we talk to has a way that is going to monetize us. I don't know about monetizing YouTube. I'm not doing this to get paid from YouTube or whatever. I don't care. That's peanuts. We can make a ton more money with real estate. So I don't care about monetizing a YouTube channel, like turning the ads or something on there. I think it's what they do. I'm not really sure. Maybe I need to research it. It might be a stream of income, but I don't want to use it because I want to make sure that you guys know that I'm doing all of this for free. I'm making these videos for free with the hopes that we can make money together because you reach out to me. You might be a buyer. You might be a lender. You might be a partner. You might need help. I mean, just let's build this community together. We don't want to have a hidden agenda here. We are here to make money together. We're not just showing off and showing that, oh, we're making a ton of money like everybody else. I am sure that everybody else is making money. It's not my business to tell them whether they're fake or not, or whatever, fake gurus. That's not my job. My job is to come here, make phone calls so our community can make money, and our businesses can make money. We can do a ton of deals together. So with that being said, let's get into it. Let's get into this. We're going to be making phone calls, doing follow-ups, making cold calls, making follow-ups, talking to people about making offers, etc. So that's the job. This is about, most of the titles of my videos are about cold calling, because we are in essence making cold calls. A lot of people, they don't realize, they don't know that we had a cold caller call them. So our ISAs are able to just kind of fish out the ones that are more likely to be a seller. And so by the time that we talk to them, they don't know who we are. So it's pretty much a cold call, etc. We will be doing a lot more videos, maybe with the ISAs and stuff like that, so that you can hear how, talk about the dialer. We use Vanilla Soft right now. We used to use Mojo in the past, and then we used Cold Tools. Terrible dialers, in my opinion. They don't offer what you need. But are they helpful? Will they get the job done? Yes. Also, dialing straight out of your phone will get the job done. The point is, get on the phone. The habit of being on the phone and being able to talk to people on the phone, that's what gave me the courage to make these videos. I didn't want to put my face on videos like most people, etc. But I had to get out of my comfort zone and everything else. So here we are making calls, and we're about to get started here. So just prepping the calls. You got to prep yourself to talk to people. You get rejections, you get hung up on, you get cursed at, all that good stuff. So we got to grow some thick skin, because it's only the strong, not the weak, that are able to power through. Not get offended, not get your feelings hurt. If you tell me no, I don't care, because I got a list of 100 people that I have to get through. And you are not going to determine my success just because you cussed at me and you hung up the phone with me. Who cares? I got somebody else. You know what I mean? So don't let that deter you. And that's probably why you clicked on this video, because you want to see the mindset behind making phone calls. Who cares? Who cares? Get through the calls. You know what I mean? It's like, it's time to go and kill it. And we're going to do this with you for a year. And we're going through changes in the economy. Listen, we're always going through changes in the economy. There's down markets, there are troughs and valleys and peaks and valleys and all this type of stuff. And so it doesn't matter. So right now we just happen to be going through a transition from a very hot market into a more stable market. And it's fine. We don't know if we're in a decline. People say, oh, we're in a decline. But and I hope so, because that gives us a ton of deals, etc. So look at those things, get your mindset right, know kind of like what your sellers are thinking out there. They're watching news and stuff like that. So today the Dow Jones is down. Who cares? Gas prices are up, all that type of stuff. We just get an idea, so we're not like analyzing things, like super specifically here. We just want to get an idea so that we know what we're talking about when we talk to sellers, right? So make sure that you have your mindset right before every session, before you call. You want to be upbeat. You want to smile a lot. This helps me having the camera, and I'm watching myself on camera right now on my iPhone. And I'm able to see when I smile, when I don't, etc. When I'm too serious, when I'm too like upset or something, I'm able to see my facial expressions, so that if I'm upset, I try to change it, and making sure that I put a smile on my face, because that comes across as warm and fuzzy and everything else to sellers. We are looking for people to sell us their house at good discounts and trust us, maybe give us a lease option, maybe give us some terms, maybe let us take over their mortgage, whatever. But people will trust and like us if we do these things. So I'll just get off my soapbox now and make sure that I'm implementing these things as we go through the calls. These are long sessions, you know, an hour, 2 hours on these calls and these videos and stuff like that. So highly encourage you. Let's do this together. Get your notepad, get your pen, and let's make some calls, take notes as we talk to these sellers, etc. Drink plenty of water, etc. So all that good stuff. With that being said, we've already worked out this morning, etc. We did a lot of emailing with some people, so now we're ready to call. So remember, do the boring stuff. So like, you know, the boring stuff is what makes you money, like giving me a like on this video, sharing it, comment below as we make the calls, tell me what I did right or wrong or could have done better. Hit the notification bell and share it with somebody that might be struggling to make their calls and they're not getting any deals. The reason most people don't get deals is because they're not consistently making phone calls every day. They think that just because they got a deal, so they're calling and calling and calling for like 2 months. And don't make this mistake. Finally, they get a deal, and guess what happens? They get a deal, now they start working on the deal, right? So what happens to the calls? They don't make them. So now the calls stop for like 2-3 weeks, maybe 2 months. They get the deal done if they're flipping that house, and now they're not calling, they're not following up, right? So for 2 months, they didn't call. And all of a sudden, they're wondering why they don't have any more deals coming in. It doesn't matter if you get a deal. Doesn't matter. You have to call. The most important thing is you're scattering seed, scatter seed like a farmer every single day. Then you add your automations to lessen the workload so that the automations are automatically texting sellers, emailing sellers, dropping voicemails on their phones automatically. That's automatically scattering seed, right? So make sure that you do. The point of this is that you see how consistently, and you can go and look at my previous videos, and you can go and see that we've been consistently calling every single day. Now, when I don't make videos, it doesn't mean I'm not calling. I'm always calling. And then I don't always turn on the camera when they call me back. All right. So the calls and the text messages and the emails and the voicemail drops and all this stuff is always going on. That should never stop. That right there is the business. That right there is the business, is the follow-up. You have to do it manually, but you also can add automations. So that way you have a machine. That's your machine that is constantly, it's like you get on this tractor thing, and this tractor is constantly throwing out seed forever and ever and ever. It never stops. You never stop doing that. If you stop, then you're going to be wondering why you don't have any deals. And it doesn't take right away. Like you may do that flip that we just kind of came up with, and then you might do another flip and another flip. But then all of a sudden, at the end of the year, you don't have any deals, right? Or you might do a wholesale deal and then 2 or 3 right after. And then all of a sudden, you don't have any other deals because you stopped being consistent with doing your follow-ups. You know, some of you guys are consistent because you have a VA. The VA is always making the calls, but who is doing the follow-ups, right? The follow-up is the core of everything you're doing. It gives you your deals, number 1. Then it gives you your buyers, number 2. Then guess what? It gives you your lenders. Okay, so the follow-up is the number 1 thing you gotta do to be able to consistently have deals, and that is called acquisitions. You know, in my opinion, because this is what I do. I'm biased about this. I'm an acquisitions person. That's all I do. That's all I do. I do acquisitions for myself, and I do acquisitions for other people. But that's all I do. And when I do them for myself, I just go ahead and I split my deals with people. Like I used to do a ton of flips, but now I don't. I used to do a ton of all kinds of different structures all by myself, and now I don't. That's why I started this channel, because connecting with other people. So I'm want to make sure that I'm driving the point home. The follow-up is the most important thing that you can do. Build a follow-up machine that works 24/7 for you. But you also have to work it, during business hours, which are business hours, by the way, are from, local time. They are from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's business hours. Okay. And then your other systems like emails and stuff like that, make sure your text messages are not going out in the middle of the night, but emails can go out in the middle of the night, etc. So your website needs to be working in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? So your YouTube videos need to be working in the middle of the night. So that is the business. You've got to be talking to sellers 24/7. But when you do things live, when you actually pick up the phone and make calls, you got to be from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Your first call needs to be at 7 a.m. and your last call needs to be at 9 p.m. or 8:58. Because after that, people can sue you and all that kind of stuff, threaten anyways. So if you're not doing that, then that's the issue. That's the issue. I get people asking me, well, how do you do your first deal? Okay, how many hours are you doing follow-up every single day? Well, I'm only doing, I do follow-up only 1 hour every day and stuff like that. And that's why you're not getting deals. This is a 24/7, 365 business. Okay, that's what we do. You want to be in real estate? Okay, well, we gotta put on the big girl pants, the big boy pants, and go at it. As you grow, then you'll hire somebody to do this role, because now it's automated. So your business is automated. You need to automate your business. You throw in some automatic alerts and blah blah blah, like we discussed. But then you hire somebody else to replace you at some point. And then you hire somebody else to grow the company. But this is how you grow it. Okay, so anyway, so now I'll really get off this topic. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let's make some calls. I already got my calls already pulled up here in my CRM. So we are going to take it from the top, you guys. I'm going to start with calls where my automations have been going out. Okay, and people responded to either an email, they called back because they received a voicemail drop, or they texted me back because they received an automated text message that follows up. Okay, so they go into certain stages in our CRM, and from there, I go into each stage, which can be also described as a bucket. So it goes into a certain bucket, this specific bucket, and the bucket previous to that is called new lead untouched. So I don't have anybody in there. I need to touch everybody, right? So I need to make sure that I am following up with everybody. So there's no one in there. Now I'm going to go into the second stage, which is responded. So the seller responded and it needs attention. I'm going into that right now to make sure that there's no one in that bucket. Right now I have people in that bucket, and that is a no-no. Nobody needs to be left unattended. Everybody needs to be attended like this. Like if you don't attend them right away, listen, somebody's gonna come in and attend them instead of you, and then you're gonna lose that lead, and you're gonna lose the money that you spent getting that lead. So stay on top of it. All right. That's what this channel is all about. I want to show you the follow-up system, the cold call systems, and the marketing systems. That's all you need. That's all you need. I mean, go to Pace Morby to show you how to structure the deals. Okay, go to him. Go to Joe McCall. Go to those are great guys to listen and to learn how to structure these things. But to get your automations and get your follow-up game to where it needs to be, you need to be listening to what we say in this channel. All right. So here's the first one. Nils, Nils, responded to us, looking to sell ASAP and buy ASAP. Okay. Okay. So let me look at the, let me look at the address here. So we're gonna go here and let me see the notes. Yeah, we haven't analyzed this in the past. So I'm gonna go look at Zillow. Zillow has this at 192. By the way, we just had a hurricane in Florida. And so right now I am testing things out and seeing if people are going to be more motivated than ever, which I believe they are, but I don't know that for a fact. So I need to know that for a fact. All right. By the way, I was in the military, and if I ever say something that sounds offensive, forgive me. It's probably the way that the no nonsense stuff that I learned in the Navy. So don't take it the wrong way. I'm trying to motivate you to call. So let's go on Privy here, the MLS, and figure out our estimate here. This is what I do. This is the boring stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna show you my fast car. Do I have a fast car? Who cares? That's not why you're here. So let's see, Privy. Oh, they have a confidence of 5. So Privy is very confident, or the MLS rather is really confident that this property here will sell anywhere from 232 to 283. And I'm getting excited already here because I'm going to show you why. So I do this every time before a phone call, okay? And if I have to do the follow-ups after, then I'll have this information saved. I want to run at least a little bit of like due diligence. So when I call, I'm not lying that I did a little due diligence, you know, and I'm ready to move forward. So Privy here tells us 5 confidence. Confidence 5. And we got to get some energy. Let's get some energy to make these calls. All right, so we've got Zillow telling us this estimate is 192, and we got the MLS telling us we can sell it. Our ARV is 232. That might be a good wholesale deal. Okay, so let me try one more here. Let me try realtor.com. Because they're typically, I noticed that realtor.com is the most conservative ARV, and I can refer them to realtor.com to kind of negotiate with them. So realtor.com has it at 168. So we're going to say our offer is going to be below 168. So our offer is 150. That's probably what we want our offer to be at. Now that we know that, guess what? Now we're ready to call. So this channel, by the way, is only for new people. If there are people here who are experienced investors and operators, etc., this is not directed at you. I know you know what you're doing. You've been doing deals for a long time. This is only for newbies and just kind of showing them what we do, you know, as people who have been doing real estate for a long time. By the way, if any of you guys need any help, let me know. I'm always ready to help. My email, I'm going to try to put my email below in the comments section or in the description section. And feel free to email me. Just don't spam me. Okay. So name is Nils. That's right. So let me go ahead and call here. Oh, a 404 area code. So out of state. Okay, so that's good. So now what I typically do is I send them a text message first. So that way I can see if they will communicate and engage with me through text. Okay. So here we go. Let's dial.
Four zero 4 7 2 1 5 6 9.
Okay, well, no answer here. Let me try something else. Let me try this system here. Do this, you guys can hear. No answer. Try again. Not gonna answer.
1 5 6 9 6.
Okay. So we are going to make a notation here. And we are going to say tried calling several times and texted, no answer. Multiple numbers, no answer. We'll try later. Try later. Okay, and so I move her from current she responded needs attention to I attempted to contact, and I got no answer. And when I move from stage to stage, we have these automations that will continue to send out. So as an example, right now, she just got a text message, or the automation just sent her a message saying, hey, oh no, we missed you, just tried getting a hold of you to discuss the cash offer for your property. Would it be good? When would it be a good time to talk? Please see my calendar link to schedule a call to discuss your cash offer if you haven't yet. So we put the link on there, and then she gets an email at the same time. And the email says the same thing and has the same link. So that just happened when I moved her from one stage to another in our CRM. That happened automatically, so I don't think about it. It's done by itself. So all I have to do now is just close it out and move on to the next one. So it took me a while just to kind of explain that to you guys. So I'm gonna move faster now through the other leads. I'm just reading the appointments that were scheduled. So there's one that is due tomorrow for this lead, so I'll be sure to keep that appointment. Okay, so next, Barb. So she has been texting, and I haven't replied. It happens. We can't let it happen. We need to continue to improve our systems and just be consistent on the phones. Notes. Okay, so with this, so here are the notes. The roof is about 4 years old. The condition of the house, according to her, is great. HVAC system, 4 years old. Bathroom and kitchen and bathrooms, both were recently updated about 4 to 6 months ago. Owner occupied. No repairs are needed. Motivation, they're downsizing. Timeline, 30 days. Asking price, 500,000. Okay, we'll see about that. Amount left on mortgage, there's a remaining amount, but didn't discuss the exact number. Zillow, Redfin, new water heater, and screened-in pool with huge lot. Okay, so let's go see what Zillow is telling us on here. Same process, and people will start calling back. You know, we reach out and then they can't answer right then and there, so they'll call back. Okay, so Zillow says 475. Okay, so I'm going to take that and paste it here. Okay, and then let's look at Privy. Privy and realtor.com. You guys should be making your own calls as well as alongside me. Confidence is 5 again. Okay. And realtor.com is at 405. I like that a lot better. I need to be at 400,000 for our offer here. Okay. Okay, so we have Zillow at 475. The MLS 437. The to 534. So we'll take the bottom number there, 437. And then Realtor.com is 405. This is why it's so important to have access to the MLS, because you kind of see what the realtors are seeing and stuff. So they won't be like fighting you and stuff like that. You're like, brother, look at the data. Data says 437, so that's what I could sell it for. So I need to buy it for below 400,000 to make a little bit of a profit, you know. So now that we know that, let's see. She has been texting. She texted 3 times. Very bad on me that I didn't get through this, but we got tons of leads, and it happens. You know, it happens all the time. So, you know, maybe it's time to hire another acquisitions person. Okay. So that it never happens. So let's go through some of these. It's okay. All right, so let me get the phone number here, and let's go ahead and call. Excuse me. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, hello, good morning. Is this Barbara?
Yes?
Yes, hello, Barbara. This is Ben. We had been, I think you had been waiting for my call to reach back out to you. So I appreciate your patience about your property on Cornerstone. Yep. So just I did a little bit of due diligence, and I'd like to move forward if you're still looking to sell it.
Okay, so to be honest with you, I talk to so many different people. I don't know at the moment which company you are, or who you are, or where we got. Like, I can't remember. Did I send you pictures? Like, well, what are you wanting to do?
Yeah, we haven't gotten any pictures. We haven't spoken in the past, but you found our ad, I believe, on social media, and you submitted your property, and I think you spoke to my assistant, gave a description of the condition. Like, for example, the HVAC you stated is 4 years old. The roof is about 4 years old. Kitchen has been updated. And you are looking at about 500,000.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. And you need to do this right away, right?
It's relatively quick.
Okay.
I mean, I'm flexible, meaning that's what I mean.
Sure. Sure. No problem. No problem. I just kind of want to get a timeline so we can get financing lined up, you know, that type of thing. Let me just ask you really quickly: Are you selling because you're moving? A lot of people right now, they're moving, so we're just seeing that people are moving out of state, maybe because of the hurricane. Which, by the way, how did you do through the hurricane? Are you guys all right?
Yeah, we had no issues.
No issues. Okay. Yeah.
No, we're just downsizing.
Well, downsizing. Okay. You sound you sound very young. That's kind of surprising.
Well, I mean, I have 2 kids who are grown college, so.
No way, really? I would not have guessed it. Okay. So it's you and your husband will be signing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Do you have any idea what the payoff amount for your mortgage is going to be?
0.
Oh, so you own it free and clear. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Okay. Well, let me. I did a little bit of due diligence. Let me just kind of go through that real quick, if you don't mind. I have found. I went, and typically what we do is I look at Realtor.com. I look at Zillow. I look at Redfin, stuff like that. So what they're saying, this is not me saying it. Don't shoot the messenger. What they're saying is your property should be at around $400,000, 405, for example. The Realtor Association says. So I'm trying
I don't think so. I mean, I've recently looked at that, and it's much higher.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's much higher.
Yep. Yeah. Zillow says 475. Right. So that's probably what you saw. However, we found that realtor.com is a lot closer to the actual activity in the market right now.
Well, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a realtor who's gonna list it for 538.
Okay.
And so we know the value. We know where our value is. So the 500-ish is where we're gonna stay.
Sure.
Because the houses in our neighborhood have sold for, quite a lot, and they're still selling. So we would, I'm not sure of that information, but we've done our due diligence. We had an offer on it. It just had fallen through. So,
okay. How long ago was that?
Beginning of August.
Okay. Beginning of August. Okay. And the offer was for 500,000?
No, it was 560.
Oh, 560. Okay.
It was right before, the interest rates went up, and then obviously that changed the market.
Yeah, that's for sure. We all know that.
So we know that. That's why we're, if we don't put it up with a realtor, we're willing to take around 500-ish. And I'm a little flexible on that, maybe, depending.
Okay. What if? There's many ways. Let me just say this off the bat. We're not in the business of offering 20 cents on the dollar to people, like most people, most companies are. So here's my job. My job is to figure out something that works out for you and works out for us. And not to pat myself on the shoulder or anything like that, but I'm very good at figuring that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out, if you'll allow me, what a good agreement will be, how it would be a win situation for you and a win situation for us. So, cash is not a problem. Okay. But that's typically going to be our lowest offer. Okay. So we can do other types of different things. Like if we can, as an example, if you list it with an agent is going to take in this market, you can get what you want. That's for sure. I'm not disputing that at all. But how long is that going to take? Typically in this market, might take you 3 months, maybe longer. I don't know. Depending, now we're looking at Christmas, people are not as active and blah, blah, blah. Right. So that's why a lot of times cash offers are a lot lower, and most people that are willing to give you cash we all run the same formula, which is, let's look at the after repair value, which in this case, let's say it is 500,000. So they'll just multiply that by 70% and they'll make you a cash offer minus whatever they want to put into the property and whatever their profit is going to be. So we all run the same formula. We all will come in below 400,000. So it sounds like that is not going to be the best option for you. So what I'm saying now is, let me work on it. Let me see how close I can get to the 500,000. I'll do a little bit more due diligence and then come back to you and give you a few options. Would that be okay?
Okay. That's fine. And we do have a screened-in pool as well with a
beautiful
waterfall and a large
waterfall.
lot and no rear neighbors.
Oh, wow. Well, that's great. That's great. It sounds like I want to live in that property. And sometimes I do that. I'll be honest with you. We'll buy a house and then my wife likes it and falls in love with it. She looks at the properties and everything. And she's like, okay, let's live in this one for a year. And then we'll sell it. So that's also an option. Okay. So that's going to be part of one of the options. So let me see what I can do. Today is Thursday. will you give me until, let's say, Monday or Tuesday to kind of just work on this and then call you back?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. Again, my name is Ben, Ben, and save my phone number, please.
Yep.
Let me work on that, and I'll call you back.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, Barb.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cash is not a problem, but it's usually our lowest offer. Okay, so that usually disarms them, that little line there. Let me work on a few more options, and then I'll come back to you and see how close I can get to the 500,000. I don't like to say, I used to say, in maybe some videos you'll hear me say things like, okay, I can give you 500,000, but you have to give me the terms I want, right? That sounds a little bit aggressive, I found in the feedback I hear typically. It's a little bit aggressive. So I don't want to be aggressive at all. I want to be friendly, etc. So now what we do is we put the notes on here. Everything I do is designed to show you how to do effective follow-up, okay? So spoke to Barb, comma. She sounds super young, but she said that she's got grown children, etc. And it's her and her husband, period. She said she had an offer for 560 that fell through, but they know they can get 500,000 because of the other houses selling for that much, comma, blah, 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 blah. Period. I said, if I give you a cash offer, comma, that's going to be our lowest offer. And it doesn't sound like that's going to work out for you, period. She said, that's absolutely correct, comma. So I said, let me work on a couple of things and see how close I can get to the 500 and then come back to you, period. Then she started telling me about the pool and the features and everything else, trying to sell it to me, period, which I appreciated. Now, I don't go and work on it because I've been doing this for a long time. I just simply come back and say, would you give me, here's one option, this option, you know, you give me 6 months, you know, so I'll pay you something at the beginning, and then you give me 6 months minimum to get you the rest of the money, right? That's first option. Second option, in that offer is going to be at, say, 450, right? Then the second option is going to be, how about we do a variation of that? I give you more down, but then you allow us to pay you within 2 years, 2 to 3 years, get you the rest of the money in 2 to 3 years. And the other offer, third offer, is going to be, I'll give you 500,000, but I have to give you little to no money down, and then I'll pay you the $500,000 monthly with a balloon payment, you know, of 30 years, right? And then see what she says. So some variation of that. So that's just come up with that on the fly. Well, no, that's, what about interest and blah, blah. Well, how much would you like in interest? Well, I want at least, you know, 5%. I mean, the rates are really high. Well, 5%, okay. But we're gonna have to add that to the back of the loan, but 5% is very high. Can you do 2.5? Let's stay at 3%, right? Let's land at 3%. So that type of thing. So that will come when we negotiate with her. So now let's switch from one stage to another. So respondent needs attention, contacted and follow up. It's going to go into that stage. Nope, it's going to go into negotiating. Because the automations are, I don't want automations to start sounding like we haven't spoken with her. Right, so you guys keep calling as well. My CRM didn't move her. So let's see now. Okay, there we go. She's moved now. I don't like the fact that she doesn't have a mortgage and she's firm on the 500,000. I don't like that. So she's going to be a tough one to negotiate with. So we'll see. We're just firm. You know, we can't just be buying everything at market price and giving people what they want. We got to figure out a way to make money. But that's no problem. That's our job. So yeah, let's keep on moving here. Let's move on to the next one here. On to the next call here. James. Okay, so Mr. James. Let's see. He actually texted us and texted a lot. So let me just kind of read this for a second. Come back to you in a minute. Okay, so he says, I'm going to sell, but I'm getting overwhelmed with all the wholesalers wanting to have me sign a contract so they can have 4 to 6 weeks to try to sell it to someone else. I used to flip houses before it was a thing. So I'm trying not to deal with people that are just doing that. The house has a roof 4 years old. The air and heat is under warranty. The kitchen is 3 years old. New interior doors, frames 3 years old. I'm putting new front entrance door. I have all the paint, repaint interior. Not that it looks bad, and it would be nice to put fresh coat. It is not a dump. I'm just relocating, downsizing, don't remember. I'm downsizing, don't really have solid plan, just want to sell the house before the market crashes and go from there. If you want to make an offer, what do you think would be you would pay if everything checks out? You can give me an idea where you would be then. If you're really interested to do, I'm interested on the price range you're thinking. Set up an appointment for you, look at the house, an inspection done recently. For insurance purposes, there were no problems except for a piece of fascia board on the corner that I'm replacing anyway. Let me know. Well, he typed a lot. Okay. So he wants to sell before the market crashes. So it would take, I don't know, I don't know how much it would take. Didn't say that. Yes, I am flexible on my price. Calls, let's see. This is not one of the sellers. How soon would like to sell? 30 to 60 days, relocating. Oh, so he's in Daytona. Okay. Relocating, one car garage. How long have you owned it? 2 years. Yeah, okay. Okay. So yeah, just want to be thorough. How much would you take? 260K. Here it is. So he wants to take 260K. So I typically want to have that right, like all the numbers easy to see. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go and look at Zillow on here. And going to look at Zillow. And Zillow. So we look at the estimates here. Then we're going to take this to realtor.com and see. And he used the term before the market crashes. So I can use the same term, right? So let's come here and put this in here. He knows the market is going to crash. Right, so okay, now let's look at Privy. Okay, so we're just looking at details here, you guys. Just kind of get an idea about the ARV after repair value. And that is 226 to 260, and he wants 260. I don't think so. They always want too much. And the confidence here is at 5. Okay. Now let me look at my calendar before I place this call. I use this app called Fantastical because I have different calendars for different things, like calendars to meet with lenders and talk to students, talk to sellers, talk to buyers, and so those operate out of different systems because they feed into the same calendar. So this app, Fantastical, has allowed me to merge all my calendars. Okay. So just checking, making sure that I'm not missing any appointments with sellers before I call James. Looks okay. So let's see here. Phone number is, and I kind of have an idea where this house is, I think. Let's see. Sometimes I like to look at the neighborhood. I try not to because it's just a waste of time, but I think in this case, I want to kind of get a better idea. Okay. All right, so I just noticed that there's a ton of properties on the market here. Let me do a little bit of a. We were looking at the market earlier, and so I want to look at the days on market here real quick. The average days on market. So, because I wanted to show you guys. Kind of wanted to talk to the seller about the days on market, because there's people just do a ton of research, you know, themselves and stuff, and so I want to make sure that I have the facts, and I'm not just kind of blowing smoke. So let's see here. So what I'm doing is I'm just typing the realtor associations and then typing market stats or something. So my local one. And then it will pull it up here. So it's been like a month since I've shown you guys, so I want to see where the market is now. I'll make a note here real quick. Okay, so I'm just making comments here. One potential contract that we have for today. So the change here, the median sales price, it dropped. There was a change from July. It dropped -2%, but it increased 18% from August. So this is data for September. Closed sales went from an increase in July, 3.2%, to now closed sales are at decline, 20%. The median days on market, that's what I want to see. Oh, wow. Days on market is 30 now. Let me see. So days on market, and it looks like it's going higher. 100% days on market, so it keeps increasing. Closed over list price. So, oh my goodness. So the it's a 45%, 46% decrease. Wow. Okay, so I need to know this data when I call them. I'm surprised by that. So I'm gonna save this link, and I can put the link below if you guys want me to. Home affordability index, it's minus 33%. Price per square foot, that I can see an increase because they went up. Pending sales, it was up in July, but it's down in August. New listings, active inventory, it was 77. Yeah, so that's what I've noticed. There's a lot of people trying to sell their house, maybe before the market crashes, like this guy said. Okay. Okay. So let me look at Central Florida now. Okay. Just looking at the report here. So weekly report. So I just typed, my area, and then market report. So I go to the weekly report here. Let me go to another source real quick here. Median home price from August was recorded at 377. Inventory rose, so more people are trying to sell. Homes spent an average of 27 days on market in August. Interest rates remained at 4% versus in July versus 5.3 in August. But we want to get the September statistics here. Okay, so here we go, August. Yeah, it looks like everything is, people are trying to sell their houses, I guess at the peak of the market here. So I'm going to Stellar market report here. So this is August still. Okay, so yeah, everything has been going up. The inventory has been going up. So that's good to know. So this is the guy that made me think about it, because I wasn't really thinking too much about it before the phone call. So I'm going to start and save this link so I can post it for you guys. What we can do also in another call, we can call a real estate agent and just kind of get their take on the market. Okay, so let's call James now. So I invite you guys to do everything with me so that way you can see and get the mindset, things we look at all the time to try to talk to these sellers, get these, negotiate with these sellers. Just looking at some, one texting me here. Not a seller, so not important.
Hello.
Hey, James, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. How did the storm treat you?
Wasn't bad. I didn't really have any problems.
Oh, that's
Who's
good.
this?
Oh, this is Ben. This is Ben. You contacted us. You wanted to sell your house, and you were telling you sent a text message saying that you're tired of all these wholesalers.
Yeah, I was doing this stuff before people knew what it even was.
Yeah.
And I guess my wife filled out stuff about wanting to sell the house. And I'm guessing about 100 calls people offering me 180 and 190. This is like it's getting old.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a wholesale house unless somebody looking for a house or buying rental properties and the rent pays for the mortgage.
Yeah.
Nobody's come close to that as far as these folks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you own the house free and clear?
I owe about 90 on it.
90. Okay.
I've only had it for 3 years.
3 years. Okay. So 90. Let me just make some notes here.
I think when you tell them you owe 90, they're thinking, okay, so you want to walk away with a little bit of money, we'll give you $100,000 on top of that. And I tell them right off the bat anymore, it's not a wholesale house. That's what you go.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely, you understand, what investment properties do, etc. So, so you are trying to go ahead.
I've got 2 guys that are supposed to get with me this weekend, and they do rental properties, and they really don't care what it costs as long as the rent covers their end of it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but most people, I've been telling them, if you're looking for a wholesale property, man, this ain't it. Because I know when I was buying wholesale houses, I wanted to pay as little as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you do now? How come you got out of the business?
I was doing that before anybody knew what it really was.
Mm-hmm.
Then everybody got into it, and it just turned into a rat race. And with my other companies, it just got to be a bunch of headaches.
Yeah.
Because before that, I was able to go to even the tax sales and stuff, and buy a house. I bought one for like $12,000 that was ready to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that anymore. You got competition on everything, and half the time the houses may not be worth what you're bidding, but people bid higher just to get it.
That's right. Yeah.
You got a bunch of idiots out there. That's the problem. That's why I got out of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you work now and still in real estate somehow, or you just walked away from real estate as well?
I'm pretty much construction.
Gotcha.
30 years, 38 years.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, recently, my wife got diagnosed with heart failure, and she was a nurse.
Oh,
Had a good job. We lost about $7,000 a month in income.
mm-hmm.
I'm figuring the house is worth more now than it ever will be. And if I sell it, put the money away, and travel for a year, maybe the market drops, I can buy 2 of those houses.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So let me ask you this: what kind of rent do you think if we bought it to rent it out? How much do you think we can rent it for?
On the low side, you're looking at about 15, and the high side, you're looking at about 22.
So the minimum is 14. Okay.
Yeah, they're renting anywhere in there. Usually the worst house in the worst neighborhoods, you get 12 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
Where this is at, you're probably looking at still like about 16 to 17. You could get more, but it's just then you got to deal with HUD and all that stuff, which isn't really bad because they guarantee your money. But
Yeah.
anytime you're dealing with the government, it's not a great thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know a thing or two about the government. I was in the Navy, so
Yeah.
so I had to deal with the government.
To the government being jacked around by the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what do you think our monthly payments will be? So for example, how much do you currently pay for your mortgage monthly?
Well, I think on 120 I pay $860, and that includes your taxes and insurance and all that. So it's an all-in thing about $860 a month. Of course, I don't have the best interest rate or nothing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, those numbers would work. To rent it out for a minimum 1,400, and yeah. So okay. And what's James? Typically, as you know, the cash offer is going to be the lowest offer. But I'm trying to figure out a way how we can work things out so I can give you several different options. So what would be the least that you would take for the house if we could do cash?
Everybody asks that, and I really don't have a great answer because I'm like everybody else. I want $200,000 for a $200,000 home.
How much you said?
Huh?
How much did you say? It cut out.
Oh, I said I'm like everybody else. I want $200,000 for a $200,000 home, and those numbers don't work. So it's really a hard question for you to answer.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 2 guys that I'm ready to get a hold of when I got a little bit of time. They basically told me you don't care what they say as long as they're covered.
Well, have you ever heard of Open Door?
I haven't checked it out, but I've heard of it.
Yeah. Open Door, yeah, they have your house as their initial offer, which is not going to be their last offer, the final offer. They have your house at 216, so 216,000.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Would you take 216?
Nah, not this time.
Okay.
I was going to 210, and 3 months ago I thought I would have took that. They offered me 210 with no questions asked, sight unseen, blah blah blah. And I did take it. But, if
So
you said 3 or 4 months ago, I probably would have.
mm-hmm. So what where are you at now? How much higher do we have to go?
I'm really not sure. We just ran some comparisons, and I think they're anywhere from 230 to 290. And but right now, I'm just a little mixed up about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And since the hurricane, I haven't really had time to think too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like everybody else, I want to get the most, and the reason I need to do that is because, like you said, you lost that income. I'm not going to buy a house for about a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to buy temporary, like a really nice camper that I'll wait for it through up and go do some travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm far from being able to sit back and retire and live off retirement money. We lost all that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
there's a lot of things,
sure.
I haven't heard the number that excites me yet.
Well, I understand. What's the highest number you've heard?
Well, I haven't really told a lot of people, but 210 was a wholesaler that said sight unseen. Give you down payment in 6-7 days. And like I said before, I took that, but it didn't even thrill me to hear it. But this house has got a new kitchen, all new interior doors, new roof, air conditioning, heat's under warranty. I mean, it's not something you're gonna buy a wholesale and have to dump a lot of money in it.
Mm-hmm.
And even the paint, before I moved in, I did all this, and when I did that, I ordered all the paint to redo it when I moved out. So I knew I wasn't gonna stay here forever. So I didn't got all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Since I came with this job I'm on, I'm planning on painting the interior, touching up the exterior, and then really trying to sell it.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't sell it through like an investment company like ours, will you list it with a real estate agent?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up doing that if I don't sell it. And I've got an agent that sold a couple places for me and got a lot more than we were asking.
Mm-hmm. Let's do one thing, James. You sound like a really nice guy. Somebody that I want to meet face to face. Are you open to me coming by the property and just kind of shaking your hand and kind of get to know one another and continue the conversation, see what we can do?
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
I know you won't take 210. Okay, so let me just say one thing. I know you're not going to take 210 because somebody offered you 210 and you're not too excited about that. So I know that coming out, I'm going to have to give you more than 210. So understand that. Okay. So 210 is already for you in your, in the bag, so to speak. So I still want to come out. I'm still interested. I actually am from Ormond. So it's just a small little ride for me. So we can come out. And how does that sound? I mean, I'm willing to go above 210. So how what do you think about that?
I'm willing to meet with you and talk and let's look at the house. You can't really know what you're talking about.
That's right. That's right.
Right now, I'm on a hazardous contamination job, and it would have to be in the evening this week or something.
Sure. So let's do this. I know you text, so because I received your text message from your phone. So I'm gonna send you a text message, and then we can just coordinate to come out and check out the property.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll come out with you, and that's not a problem. We'll get together.
You got it, James. You got it. Sounds good. Don't forget my name, okay? So my name is Ben, B-E-N, and from Ormond. So you can save me on your phone, etc. I sent you a text message. The number I'm calling you from right now, this is my direct phone number, okay? So it's my cell. So so I just texted you from it. Save it, and we can take it from there. And yeah, I want to move forward. Let's see what we can do.
All right, sounds good. I'll give you a text and let you know when I'm available, and we'll see what works for you.
You got it, James. I appreciate it, sir. Talk to you soon.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. That is 2 possible contracts today, you guys. So you heard the conversation. Let me just write down. I was actually willing to, because I'm looking at the figures here, we could go, our ARV could be very close to, it shows here, it could be as high as 266. And his estimate is 233. So I think we could do like 220 or so and then wholesale it. And I think the ISA wrote the notes wrong. So I'm going to just put the notes here. I spoke to James, and I believe the ISA took the notes wrong as far as the sales price, period. He said somebody offered him 210 and he didn't take it and was not excited about it, period. So I believe the ISA heard 216, 216 and wrote 260 instead. I think he wants 216. Okay. All right. Told him want to come out and shake his hand. He really sounds like a nice guy. He really sounds like a nice guy. Okay, so I'm going to make myself a reminder to kind of schedule something. I really do want to meet him. So let's see here. Attempted appointment right here. So he was a wholesaler before and doesn't want to deal with wholesalers, he understands what he's talking about, and he's also been a contractor for a while, period. What else did he say? I think that's about it. That's all the info we need. Okay. All right. So all the notes are in, everything. So we just move on to the next opportunity here. All right. Okay, so we got Terry now. And so now that I took notes, here's what it is. I know I was thinking about something. I apologize for being silent there for a second. I was just trying to remember there was something else that I wanted to put on here. And it's a good thing I wrote it on my notepad over here because it's very important. So let me go. Let's see here. He owes about 90,000 on his mortgage, comma, he just bought the property a couple years ago, period. He says that the rent is about 1,400 minimum in the area, and he's got a $860 per month PITI. Okay, so that's all I needed. I apologize for being silent there for a second. We get a little bit of water and use the gentleman's room, and I'll be right back. On to the next call. So now that we've put the notes and everything, I'm gonna cross out these notes I made here so that keeps me checking off things I've already taken care of. So let's move on to the next thing here. Terry. Let's see. Notes. Okay, so this is a call. This is just a follow-up. She texted or something. We had already called her before. So it's listed with a real estate agent. And so she said, oh, you know, we're going to sell it and all this kind of stuff. Let's see if they sold it. But first, let's see what she said. Can't afford, fix up. Christina's father can't keep up the loan, so we're moving him to a condo. So said to close 10/14/22. Okay, so this is the one that we talked about before that is not going to sell before they close on their property. Let's see if I was right. Don't mean to sound arrogant, but our job is to sort of see what the market is doing. So my notes here were need to so the privy tells us 288, 325 range. Confidence is 5. Redfin is at 305. I don't have realtor.com on there, so yeah, so I don't think they've sold it. It was on pending last time. So let's see what it's doing. So let's give them a call. So 279. It says it's pending, so let's see. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't put it. So I couldn't find the estimate on realtor.com. Okay, so go back here. Okay. That's good. It's great to take notes. It's important. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, Terry. How are you?
This isn't Terry. This is her daughter.
Oh, Christina. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good. I know. We had a hurricane and everything else, and so I meant to call you a couple of weeks ago, but we were dealing with that, etc. So just following up on the house, see if you guys want to still move forward.
My house sells on the 13th.
Oh, so you guys are going to sell it? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's under contract now.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. I got it. Okay, no problem. Well, the 13th you said?
Yeah, the 13th.
Okay. Well, I'll do this. I'll go ahead and follow up, see if something happened, and maybe if you guys don't sell it, maybe we can be a backup.
Okay, thanks.
I appreciate it, Christina. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. I'm happy for them. They are selling it on the 13th. So then when we call back, we can ask what they sold it for. Pending. And she said it will sell on the 13th. Or we'll close. Okay, so this one I will put on a realtor listing. Okay. So that is that. Let's move on to the next one. This is all day, all day. This is what happens all the time. It takes 5-10 minutes, right, to go through each one. So now this is the last lead that we have on this pipe or our CRM stage, which is or automation. We had like 13 of them, so we just went through 13 calls, you guys. So good progress. And after this call, we're probably going to, call it a day on this. I'm going to follow up with some contracts, etc. If you want me to record calls while we do, follow up with contracts or whatnot, let me know. Those are not cold calls at all. Those are pretty much just negotiations and things like that. So if you want to see that, post a comment below and we'll get to it. Christine, okay, it looks like we have spoken before. Okay, so I'm looking at the notes here. Well, I spoke to the agent, told me exactly what Lori needs. She's under contract to buy another property. She's trying to find a buyer for this property and she's getting very desperate, as well as the agent getting desperate, but they don't want to fall out of contract with the other property. So the least they're saying she can take is $269,900. And so she said, I asked her several times, what does she need to walk away with? And she said 140. And she may be right. We may not have a deal here, but at least she can see the creativity to try to figure out how we can make this situation work. At the very least, we recruited an agent partner. Okay. I don't remember that call, but I'm sure it's on a video here. But according to this, she replied, let's see. I don't see any replies from her. Okay. Should you sell? This is what she said. Let's see. She replied to one of our emails, and we get that on a feed on our CRM, so we can see everything. She said, I would like information on selling my home for cash. If is what's going to be, I need to get my home. I don't want low ballers, please. Okay. Lori. All right, so let's see. Let's figure out where we can be at here. It looks like she has not sold it, so. Okay. Uh, 279 is what it's listed for. Let's see if realtor.com is going to give me an estimate. If not, I'm going to check Privy as well. Let's see what this says. The range is 270 to 287. Well, that's obviously not true because they can't sell it for 274. So that's the thing with that declining market. ARVs get all out of whack, so you have to come in cheaper. Confidence is 5. It's on pending, so let's see if it's under contract. Let's see realtor.com doesn't have an estimate here. Okay, so Okay. So let's call her. This one is not going through. Let's see. No answer. So I'm going to send her an email. She replied through email. So let's see. Reply. Okay. Prepared to move forward. I tried calling you. When is a better time to reach? Question mark. Okay. Let me go ahead and talk about the house. I'd like to discuss moving forward. When's a better time to reach? Okay. Send it. And then we put her on, so she's responded and it's attention. Attempt at contact. So let's do that. She hasn't replied before, so we put her in that and let the system do its thing. Okay. So now we get into the real work, which is now that we took care of everybody that was in our new lead untouched or responded needs attention, we can go into the next thing. But we're going to call it a day for this video. I hope you guys got some value. We got our wins for today is we got 2 possible sellers. Out of that, we may get 1 contract. Hopefully we get 2 contracts. So we're just gonna have to work on them. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll keep going. 1 year. Let's see how far we can get. Let's see what we can do in 1 year if we are consistent. Okay, we got to be consistently calling, consistently sending offers, consistently just being on it. Okay, so thank you guys for being a part of this project. The 1 year project, 1 year to financial freedom, 1 year to, you know, let's see how long it takes us to buy your first rental property, get a good deal. But this is also for wholesalers. It's also for flippers that need to get multiple deals every month, etc. So this is how we set up the follow-up. Okay. So if you need help with anything, setting up the systems I keep talking about, or getting inbound leads, we do that mainly with YouTube ads. If you need help with that, if you need help with even the cold calls, etc., I can guide you through that. I can suggest resources and whatnot. Or, you know, if you just want me to sit down one afternoon or whatever, make calls for you, you let me know, make follow-ups for you, you just let me know. We are here building a community to help one another. So we could do this. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell at the top. I really appreciate you guys being here with me, making these calls, and we'll see you next time we're gone.